Hello friends, welcome to Department of Plant Pathology, KDSP Agriculture College Nasik. In previous lecture, we have studied anthracnose of mango, its causal organism and its management. Today's lecture, we are going to see all another minor diseases of mango in their management. In that first one is a flowering parasital disease, or you can call it as a flowering parasite, that is giant mistletoe, and its name is Loranthus. Its common name is Loranthus. This Loranthus is a partial phanerogamic stem parasite. That means it is called as partial stem parasite. You can see the symptoms of this Loranthus on this mango crop. In this image, infected mango and forest crops were infected by this Loranthus species. This Loranthus infect plant stem, and some plant possess slender branches of host trees by means of bulge hosteria. It derives nutrients from plant tissues and water from the host and make the host branches weak, and finally all branches were died prematurely. The severely attacked trees are weak and their productivity is lost due to the infectious activity of this Loranthus. And sometimes all tree branches were died after the infection by this Loranthus. This flowering parasite survives in the host plants. The parasite flowers profusely in the host plant and produces fruits. Birds eat the fruits and excrete the seeds on the branches of the other trees. Seeds of the parasites germinate and establish on the new host in the presence of moisture. In that way, survival and spread of this giant mistletoe occurs. This Loranthus favors due to some conditions like poor maintaining the garden or neglected plantations are highly susceptible to attack of this Loranthus. For management of this Loranthus, we have to cut all parasited or all infected branches before the berry formation, and on that cutted ends we have to paste Bordeaux mixture at the rate of 1.5 kg lime, 1 kg copper sulfate in 10 liters of water is effective for controlling this disease or this Loranthus. Then spongy tissues. It is one of the disorder and it is found in mango crop. Chima and Dhani was first to observe spongy tissues in mango in 1934. This disease is characterized by development of spongy-like patches where it develop with or without air pockets in the mesocarp of the fruits during the ripening stage. In extreme cases, the whole fleshy portion becomes too soft, resembling there is a bacterial rot. That means sometimes it shows the bacterial rotting inside the spongy tissues, and it is the most common problem of one variety. You are all known about that variety, that is Alphonso. It is the major or severe disorder found in this Alphonso variety, that is spongy tissue. This spongy tissue caused because there is a ripening enzymes which were secreted or produced during fruit maturation stage, and after that after the inactivity of this stage, the high temperature and convective heat is also responsible for the causing this spongy tissues. Sometimes post-harvest exposure of fruits to sunlight is also responsible for development of this spongy tissue. Now, for management of this spongy tissue of mango, we have to harvest all the fruits at 3/4 maturity stage. That will avoid this disorder. Similarly, we can also do post-harvest exposure of fruits to low temperature between 10 to 15 degrees Celsius for 10 to 18 hours is found effective. Similarly, use of black polythene mulch is a very common practice, should be followed in mango crop to avoid this spongy tissue. And alternately, we can grow resistant varieties like Ratna, Arka Punit and Arka Aruna. These are some resistant varieties to spongy tissues that farmers can grow and cultivate. So this is all about spongy tissue disorder of mango. The another most important disease of mango, that is bacterial leaf spot, or it is also called as bacterial blight of mango, and it is caused due to Pseudomonas mangiferi indica. This is one of the bacterial pathogen, and first description of this bacterial leaf spot was given by Patel et al. In 1948 from Maharashtra. In India, the disease occurs in Delhi, Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra and other states also. So this is one of the common disease, and you can see the symptoms of this disease in these fruits and leaves. On leaves, initially slightly water soaked, yellowish, translucent, irregular spots were formed. These are formed towards leaf tip, which enlarge soon and becomes dark brown with yellow halo. These dark spots are limited by veins and becomes angular, resulting in the cankerous raised lesions. Spot appears all over the leaf lamina. Under high humid conditions, these spots fuse leaves, turn yellow and drop down prematurely. Longitudinal cracks were also developed on petioles. This is one of the common symptoms which can be found in this disease, mango bacterial blight. Then on green twigs, dark lesions were developed. On infection, it spreads to the inflorescence and stalks also. When fruits are attacked, water-soaked lesions develop on turn into dark brown color. The affected fruits become yellow with deep cracks. Severely attacked fruits are shed prematurely, and the yield is drastically reduced due to the attack of this mango bacterial blight. The primary infection of this mango bacterial blight is through infected leaves and branches and fruits, and secondary infection occurs through by wind-driven rain and rain splashes containing the spores of this bacterial pathogen. Now for management of this bacterial blight of mango, we have to apply all antibiotics like agrimycin, casugamycin, plantomycin, streptomycin. These are some antibiotics recommended, and fortnightly sprays of these all antibiotics is found effective for controlling this mango bacterial blight. So that's all about mango bacterial blight. Now the next disease is red rust of mango. This is one of the algal disease and caused due to Cephalosporus virescens. In India, it has been observed in Bihar, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh and all major mango growing regions of India. It included Maharashtra also. The disease appears in an epidemic form in orchards. Reduction in photosynthetic activity and defoliation, these are the key characters of this red rust of mango. This disease is characterized by red rusty spots on leaves and twigs also. You can see the symptoms of these red rusty spots which will develop on these leaves. The spots are initially circular, slightly elevated, and later coalesce to form big patches, irregular patches. The upper surface of the spots consists of numerous unbranched filaments of pathogen which projects through the cuticle. Some of the filaments represent the sterile hairs, while others are the fertile ones. Initially, the spots are greenish grey in color of texture which is found in the stage. All these appearance as you can see in this image. Primary infection of this mango rust, algal rust, causes due to the zoospores present by this pathogen. Now for managing this disease, we have to apply proper field sanitation and avoid closing. That means maize plantation develops this disease and plants make susceptible to disease. Similarly, spraying with Bordeaux mixture or Letox at the rate of 0.5% is effective for controlling this mango rust. Now the next disorder is pink disease or thread blight of mango, and its causal organism is Pellicularia salmonicolor. It is one of the fungal pathogen and it causes pink disease in mango. You can see the symptoms of this pink disease. Pinkish powdery coating on the twigs and branches due to the profuse conidal production by fungi are the key symptoms of this disease. Then only one method is important to control this disease is cutting off all infected branches and protecting the cut ends or wounds with Bordeaux paste to control these pink diseases. Now the last most important disorder of mango is stone graft mortality, and it is caused due to use of improper potting mixture and poor drainage facilities in polybags, then incompatibility of rootstock and cyan in the potted mixture, then exposure of all the grafted portion to the intense rains or shower. This leads to development of this stone graft mortality. Now for management of this stone graft mortality, we have to use or we have to select good quality seed or stone for planting. Then all the stones should be deep in 0.1% carbendazim to control sclerotium growing on the stones, and graftings were also deep in the 0.1% solution at proper stage when the stem is red brown in the color. Then select healthy matured cyan stick of proper girth, that means it should be pencil size. Pencil size should be recommended for grafting purpose. Then use of well drained soil and FIM in the proportion of 3:1 as a potting. Use it as a potting mixture. It will reduce the improper aeration of potting mixture. It provides 6 punches hole at the base of the plastic bag for proper drainage facility. Then drenching of 0.1% emission or 1% Bordeaux mixture solution 50 to 100 ml in each bag. It is helpful to avoid development of sclerotium inside the soil. These practices should be followed on the regular basis and should not be avoided while doing the grafting stage of mango. Then follow regular plant procedures in nursery to avoid pest and disease problems in the initial stage of the graft growth. These are some remedies that we can do for management of this stone graft mortality. Another next important disorder of mango is Lyme-induced chlorosis. This Lyme-induced chlorosis is one of the physiological disorder. This iron deficiency caused due to induced Lyme, that is lime containing soil means calcium containing soil induces this iron deficiency. The leaves turn yellow, it called as chlorosis, and all the chlorosis occurs during the iron deficiency, and the entire should become yellow to yellowish green under extreme conditions. Iron deficiency may occur due to the presence of excess calcium ions inside the soil. That's why it is called as Lyme-induced chlorosis. The only way to control this Lyme-induced chlorosis is 2 sprays of 0.2% ferrous sulfate, one before the blooming stage and the another one should be done at the fruit setting stage. This is helpful for controlling this Lyme-induced chlorosis. So that's all about some minor diseases of mango. In that today we studied some physiological disorders of mango, spongy tissues, then Lyme-induced chlorosis, some flowering parasites like phenerogamic parasite Loranthus, some bacterial pathogens like bacterial blight of mango, then stone graft of mortality. These are major disorder and diseases of mango. So that's all for today. In next lecture we will see another diseases. Thanks for watching this video.